Insecurity has become a constant shadow in the lives of many Nigerians, marked by killings, suicide bombing, and the incessant attacks on local communities. As the outrage grows, the question remains: how do we fix our country, Nigeria? How do we save our people? How do we restore, all that we have lost in this, era of banditry, terrorism, and insensate killings? It is so disheartening and so heartbreaking to wake up to new stories of killing every day. Yesterday on Early Starters, we discussed how best we can tackle this insecurity by introducing maybe by introducing the state policing system, or should we not adopt it? And we asked the question that, is this the final answer to our recurring security challenges? But today we are going to be looking at how we will be fixing the security architecture of Nigeria. My name is Miriam, okay? And I welcome you to Early Starters, a program that is designed to bring you, up-to-date information about happenings in the country. On this program, we discuss things that are educative, things that has to do with your business growth, and of course, give you that beautiful entertainment, stories that keeps you jiggy for the rest of the day. Because my auntie baby and Mary Agiobo will always do their best to give you instant stories. Welcome once again to Early Starters. Good morning, NT Baby.
Good
Lydia Ajani. How are
morning.
you doing this
I'm
morning?
fine, thank you. I'm fine.
I can see you're
It's just
fine.
that the
You're
weather,
looking ravishing in your very
the
bluish top and well patterned skirt, and I can see your wig is also sitting pretty on you.
yes, it's
And you
wigging. The
yourself
wig is
is
wigging.
wigging.
Yes, the wig is
Good
wigging.
morning. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. It's just that the weather is a little bit.
It's a little bit foggy this morning. Everywhere
Mm,
is just looking like everywhere is cloudy. Like,
weather
where should I
for
even go out? I was asking myself,
this is weather
is this
for
still
two.
weather for two?
When I say weather for, it's not
I
what you
don't
are
know about that
thinking.
one.
It's you and your Bible.
Oh, I think
You
I
see,
read
I
that.
caught you. I caught you red-handed. I
Weather for
caught
two,
her.
you
And
And
your
and
your
your
Bible.
Bible
Bible.
or your
Yes.
Quran.
Yes. Thank
Okay.
you.
I love that. Mary Agiobo, you're looking so good in your black wear. How are you
Thank you
doing
so
this
much. I'm
morning?
fine. I'm doing very well.
And the
Doing
ombre lip is looking
It's
so
ombre.
dashing.
I'm fine. I'm
How are
fine.
you
Thank
doing?
you. I'm
Good
very
morning. I can
good
see we are all
morning.
set for the day. And Nifemi is saying, mention my name. Oh, I'm here too. And you know that was you. You always look like Baulu Madaru coming. But I've mentioned your name already. Hope you all are good this morning. He's feeling himself. I can see the way. Okay. So this morning, like I rightly said, that we will be looking at how best to fix our security architecture in Nigeria. So we have a guest who will be speaking to us via the phone conversation this morning. He is a public affairs analyst, Comrade Razak Ulukoba, and we have a lot to discuss on the program. But I think it will be best for us to, take us through some topics that relate to this insecurity, issues that we are faced with in the country. And I'm going to be starting with an editorial from a popular dailies in Nigeria. That's the This Day newspaper this morning, and that story says. It's a powerful editorial, like I said, so it's not like an headline. It is someone's opinion about the ongoing crisis. And the editorial decries Nigeria's persistent bloodshed, highlighting the tragic normalization of attacks, rather communal clashes and unchecked violence across the country, from the southeast to the middle belt and northeast. The killings have become so routine that the outrage is fading into helplessness, like we can see it happen in Benue, where over 200 people, lost their lives, and so many people lost their properties. And one of those things that caught my attention mostly is the fact that this is a recurring situation. It has happened then. It's still happening again. And a woman who lost her 5 children and mother in to this very gruesome killing, came out so depressed. She couldn't even cry no more. She was just so, she was really, really bereaved. And when people asked her the question, she said, I don't even know what to say because people are tired. People are crying. A lot is happening in this country that we can no longer take. But this is my best advice to people, that if you want to air your opinion, do not do it the violent way. You don't need to protest before you can have your opinion being heard by the government. Why not, write some things, let people come together and let them, go to maybe someone at the grassroots who we can speak to. Let it start from the grassroots. And that's why we are talking about, the grassroots governance. That is where the importance of grassroots governance comes in. And I ask the question, do we even know? Some of us, I know mine, I talk to mine, but most of us do not really have a kind of rapport with our local government chairman. Do we even know our ward councillors? Do we even know people that are in charge of our, from the transformer that we have on that street? Do we even know the person in charge? Talk more of the ward councillor. Talk more of the most person in that area, which is the chairman. Do we even have their contacts? I remember the Lagos State government some time ago, gave out the numbers of its commissioners, and there and then people started communicating with, specifically because I interviewed Commissioner for Information, Gbenga Omotosho, and he said he gets response from people interact with him, they share information, and he carries out his own part of the duty by reporting to the right authority. But do we really have things like this in place in other areas, in other parts of the country? Do we have a kind of people authority relationship? Do we have it? Even in organizations, some people do not even have relationship or rapport with the heads of their department, not to talk of the chairman. And that's why I will always give kudos to our own very amiable, amazing, and I say most indefatigable chairman. That's the person of Barrister Ololade Ajibade, who will always give us listening ears as his staff members. So, how do we tackle this recurring situation of attacks and gruesome killings in Nigeria? So the editorial continues that the piece argues that some of the recent mass killings could be categorized as genocidal, especially with the scale and ethnic targeting involved. It calls on the federal government not just to respond with statements, but to commit urgent structural reforms in Nigeria's security framework, including decentralization and accountability. Now, the most concern of the analyst now is that why should it always happen to a particular tribe, to a particular, in a particular region of the country? And I will be putting it up. The conversation, yes, the topic for the day will be displayed very shortly, and the number to call in will also be displayed, so you can join the conversation via our Facebook handle, Opportune TV, or watch us live on Niger TV app, Opportune TV on YouTube, Opportune TV. Let the conversation begin, because it's going to be really, really open. And I said earlier that I want to quickly intimate us on why we have come up with the topic for today, because this is something that is recurring in the nation. And I bring you to the story of the United Nations Association of Nigeria, Abuja branch, that issued a formal appeal to President Tinubu for a complete overhaul of nation security structure. And the body emphasized that the wave of killings in recent weeks reflects a complete breakdown in intelligence gathering and rapid response mechanisms. That even if, even at the point where people were, calling on the government officials, the operatives in charge of security, that some didn't even respond. I don't know how true that is, but I know majorly of Lagos State, and if three people, two people are talking about a particular thing, definitely there is an iota of truth in it. So the government and the security operatives, the ones maintaining the hierarchy, should please look into that. And I remember on this same program we were mentioning the 737 and the 112 aspect, that you can quickly reach out to our operatives in Lagos State for an emergency situation. Meanwhile, UNAN called for multi-tiered security approach combining federal, state and community-based models. They also pushed for increased budgetary allocations to train and equip local security forces, while warning that if current lapses continue, more regions may descend into lawlessness. Furthermore, the group called on the government of Benue and Nasarawa State to establish joint security task forces and maintain consistent patrols around identified flashpoints. Now, moving forward, I will quickly look at the Plateau stories, talking about authorities in Plateau State confirming the arrest of 22 suspects. And that's a story we treated on when we were giving you the highlight yesterday. But this is just a pointer to why the topic is coming up, and so that you won't just feel like why insecurity. Let's take you through the reasons and the news stories that birthed the topic. And following a mob attack on a passenger bus in the volatile Mangu area, the ambush, which reportedly claimed 12 lives, was believed to be retaliatory, rooting, in ongoing communal conflict between ethnic groups in the region. Survivor says the attackers set fire to part of the vehicle and opened fire at close range. This tragic incident has renewed public debate about ineffectiveness of federal policing. Yesterday, is there really need for us to have what we call state policing? Should other states also adopt the state, this policing system in the country? And we read also during our highlight, and that the Senate is also talking about the state policing adoption by every state of the country yesterday in our highlight, and we did mention it during the program also. So do we really need, everything boils down to a part of the state policing, that should it be adopted, or can we really change the face of our security system? That's what we mean by the security architecture of Nigeria. And Afenifere spoke yesterday that we need the state policing system should, and it should be adopted by every other state. So finally, I want to read the story of the Borno suicide bombing done by a lady during in a restaurant, while people were there, and the bombing took place, and people have been like, why Borno, why places like Benue, why the northern part of the country majorly? And I just want to do a chilling reminder of the past Boko Haram attacks that involves a female suicide bomber detonated an explosive device in a crowded restaurant in Kunduga, Borno State. The explosion killed at least 10 people and injured several others, with eyewitnesses describing scenes of panic and devastation. This attack, which mirrors earlier insurgent tactics, has once again exposed the gaps in intelligence and surveillance across Borno and other insurgency prone areas. Despite claims of decimating terrorist groups, their networks clearly remain operational and deadly. Looking at the things that we experience now, you all will agree with me that that final statement is most likely a genuine one, that their network, clearly remains operational and deadly. Again, our guest on the program this morning is Comrade Razak Olukoba, a public affairs analyst, who will, be talking about how we can fix the security architecture in our country, Nigeria. Right about now, let us ask Mary Agilbo what she has for us from the business scene.
Okay.
Because I know she's very, very ready to give us what,
I even need to
yes.
make money this week.
I need to make
Please,
money.
I need
Instead of giving us figures alone, help us to know
help
how
us to
best
make
we can
money,
make
please.
Oh,
because early starters is looking for money, and that's why I keep
Yes.
emphasizing it on this program that we need to make money. You can come to us.
Exactly.
Let's talk about business, strict business,
Yes.
not strictly, just strictly strict
Strict,
business.
gung, gung,
Because
gung, gung,
the
gung.
strict aspect of it is making money, so you can bring your brands. Let's put our own our own grace upon your businesses. Let us ensure your businesses, your brands, and the awareness you need to create for it gets to the right audience. So Maria Gilbo, are you ready for us?
yes, I'm ready.
Money woman.
So,
Many women.
The federal government has recorded a major leap in its revenue profile, generating 6.9 trillion naira between January and April 2025. This marks a 40% increase compared to the 5.2 trillion naira generated during the same period in 2024. The Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, discloses this during the second quarter of 2025 citizens and stakeholders engagement session on fiscal performance and reform outlook held in Abuja. According to the minister, recent reforms introduced by the president's-led administration have played a pivotal role, most notably the dismantling of the dollar black market, which has restored transparency in the foreign exchange system and boosted investor confidence. So, the major leap.
So now we can invest without being being afraid of what we are
Yes.
doing, or putting our funds
Yes, on
into.
investment, yes.
Is that an assurance? Are you
Eh,
sure?
it
Are
is
you
Because I've
vouching?
invested
Are
in
you
something
vouching
that
for them
when I
also?
see
Because you are reading the story too.
Abi,
You should be able to say to a reasonable point, this is very
I can
correct.
vouch for
I can
them.
vouch for them. Can you really vouch for them?
It's just
See,
like it's just a
investment,
step. Like
investment matter is another topic on its own, because I've invested in so many things that when I see it, I'll be like, I have to just be beating, bing, bing, bing. That hey, my money, hey, my money.
Now,
Hey.
how fast am I going to?
Today I can just see minus 20%. I'll be like, Jesus, my money
No,
has
I
gone.
think it's
Now
just-
you're
I hope
asking
that
me
is
to
not a
invest
Ponzi scheme.
again.
Hope that is not a Ponzi scheme.
It is
Well,
not
it-
actually.
It is
It's
not.
not.
Are you sure?
It is
Because
it
that
is
is not advisable.
It is
Nobody
not.
puts
It
money
is not.
into schemes
No,
like
no, no,
that.
it is
and
not.
Really get. At first, it will look like you're really making
Making
it,
it,
but when it's going to
eventually
take
you would-
everything that you have made,
Yes.
including the one that belongs
Belongs-
to you, it's just going to be.
So are you
heartbreaking.
advising us to invest? I want something that will invest today and tomorrow.
You make money. That's not original.
Well,
And it's not
the
gonna be
federal
legal.
government is giving
Yes.
us hope that as time goes on, if we invest, there will definitely be something to achieve from investing. So you can still invest.
So
It
if I
doesn't
invest
matter.
and I not get my returns, can I hold you responsible?
Never. You cannot.
I spoke to
You know, it seems we will bring Nifemi on one of these
Yes,
days because she's an
please,
accountant.
exactly.
she
She'll
give us
be able to
advice
tell
on
us.
yes.
And you know, one beautiful part about and knowing Nifemi is that she has a lot to offer.
Exactly.
She's got a lot in her medulla
Money
oblongata.
wise,
Money-wise,
advice
Even
wise.
advice you on
she's
how to
there.
use your things.
You know,
and
the
how to
creative
manage.
aspect of Nifemi, I'm exposing her.
To the public.
She is there.
She's
So, Mary, can we have the rest of the stories?
Okay, so shareholders of Industrial and Medical Gases Nigeria PLC have
Okay.
approved plans to raise 6.5 billion naira through a rights issue. The announcement was made during an extraordinary general meeting held shortly after the company's 65th annual general meeting in Lagos. The company also declared 400 million naira dividend payout, translating to 80 kobo per share, and a bonus issue of 1 new share for every 10 shares held. Chairman of the board, Aminu Ado, says the capital raise will drive expansion, improve operational efficiency, and support long-term transformation goals.
Mary,
Agiobo.
Your expressions are
Business
are making me
business
think.
mogul.
Mogul.
That's it. The final one.
Okay.
You know what you wanted to say something.
People that are trying to go into business, most of these things make them gives them hope that
Yeah.
okay, if I go into business, this is what I can achieve. But when they have conversation, because I was talking to a friend of mine, she's a business owner, and she was complaining about having to always spend her money, but she doesn't get profits from it. So
That's it.
That's what. Also, when I was talking to her, I was like, you guys are really trying because you are trying to make ends meet with your business, but you're not getting what you're giving out. So she was like, that's what she passes through and all. So as I'm reading the story, that's why I'm smiling while I'm reading.
That's why I praise every business owner now. And that's
I'm
because,
looking at Lydia
you
too.
investing in a business and you're not making return on that investment gives you. It's not really easy.
That's why most
The economy
business
is not really, supporting
Supporting.
businesses now. It's not really favorable to businesses. But then, for you to still be in business, then something must come. You also must contribute your own quota as the staff of that organization. That's why I love the banking sector. When you are being, employed, they get you all the necessary gadgets.
Yes.
So
Everything you
when
need.
everything you need, including offline and online data,
Yes.
which is the Wi-Fi you use
In the office.
in the office, and the one that you will be using at
home,
home.
yes.
So that there won't be any excuse of such like, okay, but I
don't have-
cannot,
I don't have
do
data.
my due diligence because I do not have data on my phone because practically data is not in cheap in Nigeria.
It's no
now.
longer cheap.
It's now on the high side,
Very
and
high side.
co-card, all of those things is really on the high side. So the banking sector ensured to give all of these things to their staff, and when you ask them, each one of them is a marketer.
Yes. You
Each
must
one.
market
And
your...
they will be like, okay, already near Joe. Show they suffer when your law fees say, let's do business so that they can come register with me. And I'll be like, I must you get to every party and do this thing. That was how Lydia was looking at me the other day, because a little bit of that made me realize that there is nowhere you really cannot do business.
Yes.
Or although it's kind of uptight in the media world where you just have to build up, then start making your money, but a little bit of something makes an ocean eventually. And that's why we are celebrating Mary Agiobo.
and we celebrate independent business owners
Yes,
because it's not
independent
easy.
business owners.
You see, business owners, they just wake up in the midnight and shout "Omo" like 20 times. You just sleep, wake up, "Omo,"
You just
sleep
keep,
back. Because I understand what you're going
it's not
through.
easy to be a business owner at
It's not-
all. It's not easy to be a business owner.
Entrepreneurship is something
not
great,
easy.
and it is strenuous in this part of the world.
Like
It's
they don't get to... They
no
don't...
support,
Yes.
no empowerment.
Yes.
And people that even get empowerment are opportune to get the empowerment. And if you are not even opportune to get the empowerment, for you to get a sponsor is something comes with an kind of outrageous energy.
And they don't get to have conversations that enable them to express how they really feel, because most times they don't have staff that they have to pay, they have people that they have to send
But do
money.
you know that there is a salient question we fail to ask these entrepreneurs, forgetting the fact that everybody wants to become a CEO of this, CEO of that. Do you have a mentor?
Yes.
That's the big question.
Yes. Yes.
Who is your mentor? Who is your mentor? How well have you done your sampling of that business before eventually venturing into it? That's the salient questions we fail to ask them. People come out to say, okay, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Who actually mentored you? Did you,
Yes,
there are
it's
some
true.
businesses that you inherit from your parents.
That's true.
And there are some businesses that you
start-
learn
You
from
learn,
somebody.
yes.
Yeah.
Some businesses that you understudied. Aside learning, you don't. There are some that you don't really need to learn, but
You
you
have to
understudied somebody for a period of maybe 6 months. Businesses like drop shipping, and all.
Building
So you understudy. You
materials.
get you are under someone's tutelage, and when that person, you are surprised.
Yes,
I'm saying
because my
because
dad,
I am
was
business
reading a
oriented.
book about entrepreneurship. I asked him why he's reading the book. He said he's planning on starting a business. That's why he's reading the book about entrepreneurship.
Yes, you need
my
to
dad has
read.
time.
You need to know. You need to know the season for that business.
Yes.
Now you need to now consider our economy in Nigeria. Will this thrive if I venture into
And
it?
locations.
And one thing in mass communication, human interest. Is it of human interest? Will people really, embrace this when I decide to, start it? Will they receive it? Is this something that is of benefit to people? Okay, how best are they, requesting the product or services? Do they really want it? There is a particular saying that the higher the demand,
Lower the
in economics.
Yes.
And, we just don't consider all of these things. That's the major answer. We don't consider before going into that business. You want to become a baker and you have not asked somebody who has been in the competitive market for
some
over
years.
20 years. That how have you been,
Coping with it, yeah.
coping and growing on the business? Ask the person. Don't just say because I want to go to a baker, learn and
Just
have you learned the business side of that creative business? There is always a business side to every business. Okay, the media has a business side.
Yes.
Every sector has a business side. Do you know the business side of that job? You have people call themselves fashion designer, while some people are still answering tailor. The business side.
And some
different.
people answering
It's
Ejikani shop.
Yes, answer. Mary, please, over to you.
Okay,
Over to you.
so the next story, Sterling Financial Holding PLC reported a profit after tax of 17.2 billion naira for the first quarter ended in March 31st, 2025. This more than doubles the 7.5 billion naira posted in the same period last year. The performance was buoyed by a 22% increase in interest income, rising from 55.3 billion naira to 78.4 billion naira year on year. Net interest income grew to 47.4 billion naira, while operating income hit 64.3 billion naira. Although operating expenses climbed to 43.6 billion naira, including rising personnel and administrative costs, the company still delivered strong bottom line growth. Earnings per share improved to 38 kobo, up from 26 kobo in the first quarter of 2024. On its balance sheet, total assets rose to 3.64 trillion naira, with loans and advances to customers and customer deposits both recording moderate growth.
I just keep hearing billionaire,
You know,
trillionaire,
what you said
Okay.
previously about what banks do to get more profit. I think that's what Sterling Bank has been up to, because I met someone that asked me to join a particular group and start helping her look for customers. And when I
That's why you keep seeing them on the business stories.
So when
They
I
are
saw
always
this
on
news,
the
I'm like,
business story.
oh, so they've already started making money from this this new thing they came up with. So even if you're not working in a branch, you can have your phone and be talking to people. Oh, download the app and register. You have a referral number, and when you get the number, you get a commission for that particular customer that you on
Okay, I
board.
think I have to adopt that now. Download my referral code, Miriam Okay, Opportune TV.
Operative TV.
Download the Ninja
yes.
TV app.
Naija
The
TV
Ninja
app.
TV app is very, very good. Download it so that you can be watching us live.
You can use my referral code
across
too.
Your referral code.
Yes, NT baby or Orekelewa.
Alright,
I think we need to adopt
I think
that.
we need to, because
Yes.
now I'm just within a week or two. I'm just in the group. I'm not even. I won't say I'm not very active in the group. I've been doing other things.
There's something
So
about
I'm seeing the
digitization that is helping us in this country. You see, it's been put up on the screen. That's the Opportune TV on Ninja TV app.
Yes.
And the beautiful aspect is that you don't need to stress yourself. You don't need to bother yourself. You don't even need to leave your bed if you don't want to.
Abi.
Just sleep, open the app, then watch us live.
Watch us
That
live. No
is
stress.
our major.
Like in this weather now, you under your
As
duvet.
in, no
watch
stress.
No stress.
No
So
stress,
download
no.
the Niger TV app. You can watch us live on your mobile devices, both Android and Apple phone, by just going to your Chrome or your Play Store. Download Niger TV app. And also for people with free to air, you can watch us live on channel 126 on Nicomsat. This is early starters, and why we are doing this is because we really need to help you stay up to date. This is a country that you don't and you should not be off the information radar. You need to keep yourself informed, because you don't know what is happening where you are heading to, and you don't know what is happening where you just
Left.
and you don't even know what is trying to happen
Where you
where
are.
you find yourself at that moment. So Opportune TV is
Wisdom.
helping you as much as helping you to get your brand, the necessary strength, the necessary awareness, and the necessary presence. Yes, and identity, because we will rephrase and rewrite your beautiful brand story. All right, moving forward, let's quickly look at some of the stories that's made it to the front page of our dailies this morning, because Auntie Baby is just going to do justice to the entertainment, and she's just going to talk and talk and talk and talk, and she will not let us see the governance aspect of early starters. Did I lie?
It is well.
It is where. All right, so starting this morning, I'm going to be looking at the Guardian newspaper this morning, and I have stories of reaction trail demolition of our church massacre victims, and that's on the page 7 of the Guardian newspaper. The Guardian newspaper this morning, and I don't know if the MCR can please help us put it on the screen. The Guardian newspaper this morning, I have also African leaders, activists inch political apathy on bad leadership, and that's on the page 5 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. EFCC arrest ex-NNPC chiefs over alleged $7.2 billion fraud. Moving forward, we can see NUC saying flood process, false disclosure, rock courses, varsities, and accreditation. Okay, that's a case of education. It's talking about the flood process and the false disclosure of certain people at the ends of affair, as academic content, staffing, physical facilities, funding, library, and employers rating. And that's a thing from the National Universities Commission. Thought and service is their motto. Moving forward, I have stories of that story. Majorly, you will find it on the page 6 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. Abuja safe, no cost for alarm. Federal government assures amid U.S. travel warning. And PDP chiefs dismiss ADA coalition as weak attempt to oust Tinubu. Insecurity. Tinubu urged to investigate alleged complicity of security chiefs, and casualties from plateau killings rise to 22. And that you will find on the page 30 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. Okay, finally, I have stories of June 12. Yoruba group Anini accused Lamido Ononuga of distorting history. And that's on the page 4 of the Guardian newspaper. Some people will be, questioning the fact that why June 12 again. That's why I say, this news of a thing comes mostly relevant when the topic is really a trending one. A topic can be treated from the very beginning of the month till the very end of the month if it is the one that fits the theme of that month. That's recurrence of stories on that very topic, and that's why we are seeing the case of June 12. People still referring to June 12. More like we are not in agreement with what some leaders are saying about it. I watched some videos actually during the June 12 actually, and some things that were said did not really go down well with me. I was just like, but our leaders should not be saying that now. Why are they
Why are
saying
you
this?
saying
And
this?
in the comment section, I was trying to put, and I started getting likes. I said, okay, beautiful. That means I'm really making sense for this that I just said. And people were saying that if you will be saying this, and the case of, I treated the case of Taloleko, who owns Lagos, and
Lagos.
and it's
There
just
there are
funny,
things that will be.
and it beats me when you see indigens or the Yorubas, that are not really telling their own stories, right? I'm not being tribalistic now. I'm talking about things that we see happen, but you'll never see such thing, happen with other tribes. They try to protect their people. They try to fight for their people. But you see, Yoruba will come with this story, another story, and another story. And thank God the Lagos State government is dealing with the matter, discreetly. It's not really in the open, but then they are also doing it judiciously, just so it will not get out of hand. And we must give kudos to Governor Sanwo-Olu for that. Moving forward, I have the Vanguard newspaper. The stories are not really, much there. We have hunger, poverty now, security threat, NSA, CDS. That's about it. I don't really need it to be put up on the screen, and also that of the Punch newspaper talking about Tinubu's Electricity Act. 7 states take charge of power regulation. And that's the renewed up agenda that, yes, we will have the local government autonomy, and also let everyone fend, for themselves. Let's have power being decentralized. Let's please take that down from the Punch newspaper. Please take it down. We don't need the Punch newspaper. Please take it down. Thank you. So, and also we have the stories of the Nigerian Tribune, which is, I don't really, okay, this can come up. This can come on the screen. Yes, because we are being careful of the advert on the front page. Yes, we are being careful. That's why I'm requesting that we take it down. So the Nigerian Tribune newspaper this morning, we have Akeredolu's wife, Ondo government, palace trade words, over demolition of Owo Church massacre monument, and it's a request by the palace Olowo, okay, Olowo in council. Sorry, I'm a Yoruba and I shouldn't massacre that name. I should murder it. So I should pronounce it, accurately. It's a request by the palace or lower in council. No communication on the development. Church says we are respecting tradition, says Ondo government. This is more like a carried over grudge, from that very period that we experienced the Black Sunday. I
Sunday,
get it's
yes.
Black Sunday. So, Iran launches missiles at U.S. base in Qatar, and that's on the page 24. I hope this is not just gonna, turn out to be the third
World
World
War.
War, because a lot is happening in the foreign scene, and we are doing our best to, bring the stories to you, to update you on the stories. Alleged 7.2 billion dollars fraud. EFCC arrest ex NNPC's chief financial officer, ex Warri Refinery managing director. And that's on the page 27 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Thank you very much. That's all we have on the Nigerian Tribune newspaper this morning. Now, I would like to have the topic on the screen, which is how can we fix the security architecture of Nigeria? And the number to call is 0905 661 3539. That's the number to call. It's been displayed on the screen, and the topic for the day for you to join the conversation, because now it's beyond condemnation. Let's not condemn anybody. Let's not say the government is not working. Let's not say the federal policing system is not really favorable. Give your opinion. Let's know how we can, have it restructured or the security system being reformed. Thank God, when it comes to cases of land, issues, the federal government says there will be, they have stopped open grazing, and some government says they will be giving land, to this herdsmen for them to do their own, or carry out their own duty of grazing their cows and all, and all. And some people said, okay, beyond that, we are going to be giving you more, and they promised the farmers also security, when they go to the farm. So if the government can come up with this, I hope it's a genuine, plan, and I hope that it's going to come to execution. It's not just something that we will hear or read and not see the, manifestation of all of these things. We hope as Nigerians that yes, this era is really going to favor every Nigerian, not just a particular sect or group, but every Nigerian. Now we go on a short break. When we return, we continue the conversation. How can Nigeria fix its security architecture?
KG5F Security Services. We are dependable, reliable, proficient, and gallant always. KG5F Security Services, officially licensed by the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Our services include general office security, personal security, asset protection, protocol services, physical security, aviation security, loss prevention, escort protection, security patrols, and access control. We are available 24/7. KG5F Security Services also provide installation of security gadgets such as CCTV camera, alarms, special communication equipment, and so on. Gallant security personnel are needed nationwide with attractive working benefits. Contact KG5F Head Office at 45 Prince Adeyemi Street off Governors Road, Ikotun, Lagos, or our branch office 25 Yaya Baton Road, adjacent Nationwide Petrol Station, Ogba, Lagos. Call 09161514318 for inquiries. KG5F Security Services, to serve and protect. Blue Lagoon Hotels, a home away from home with world-class hospitality. comfortable and affordable rooms, conference and meeting rooms for all occasions, open space and co-working area, 24-hour restaurant and bar, providing both local, international and continental cuisines, live music and entertainment on regular basis, constant power supply and watertight security in and around our premises. Blue Lagoon Hotels, situated at number 16 Tunji Adewoye Street, off Afurubin Road, Ijegun, Lagos State. And for the inquiries, call 080-5668-7855 or 080-6527-3657. You can also visit us at www.bluelagoonhotels.ng. Blue Lagoon Hotels. Hospitality is our business. Blue Lagoon Hotels, a home away from home with world-class hospitality, comfortable and affordable rooms, conference and meeting rooms for all occasions, open space and co-working area, 24-hour restaurant and bar, providing both local, international and continental cuisines, live music and entertainment on regular basis, constant power supply and watertight security in and around our premises. Blue Lagoon Hotels, situated at number 16 Tunji Adewoye Street, off Afurubin Road, Ijegun, Lagos State. And for the inquiries, call 080-5668-7855 or 080-6527-3657. You can also visit us at www.bluelagoonhotels.ng. Blue Lagoon Hotels. Hospitality is our business.
The kidneys are two bean-shaped organs located on either side of the spine, just below the rib cage. Though small, they play an essential role in maintaining the body's balance and overall health. Every day, the kidneys filter about 50 gallons of blood, removing waste products, toxins, and excess fluids, which are then excreted as urine. Beyond filtration, the kidneys regulate blood pressure, maintain electrolyte balance. Despite their importance, kidneys are often taken for granted until problems arise. Many misconceptions surround kidney health. For instance, while it is true that foods high in potassium should be limited for people with kidney disease, they are not harmful to those with healthy kidneys. Bananas, avocados, and sweet potatoes, which are rich in potassium, actually support kidney health for the average person. Another myth is that frequent urination is always a sign of kidney failure, whereas it could be related to diabetes, urinary infections, or other conditions. Caring for the kidneys begins with staying hydrated. Drinking adequate water daily helps flush toxins and reduces the risk of kidney stones. A balanced diet is equally important, low in salt and processed foods, but rich in fresh produce, lean proteins, and whole grains. Foods such as apples, garlic, cucumbers are particularly beneficial for kidney health. For those interested in natural cleansing, parsley and dandelion teas or lemon water can support kidney detoxification. But it is important to remember that the kidneys are naturally self-cleaning organs when properly hydrated.
Blue Lagoon Hotels, a home away from home with world-class hospitality, comfortable and affordable rooms, conference and meeting rooms for all occasions, open space and co-working area, 24-hour restaurant and bar, providing both local, international and continental cuisines, live music and entertainment on regular basis, constant power supply and watertight security in and around our premises. Blue Lagoon Hotels, situated at number 16 Tunji Adewoye Street, off Afurubin Road, Ijegun, Lagos State. And for the inquiries, call 080-5668-7855 or 080-6527-3657. You can also visit us at www.bluelagoonhotels.ng. Blue Lagoon Hotels. Hospitality is our business. KG5F Security Services. We are dependable, reliable, proficient, and gallant always. KG5F Security Services, officially licensed by the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Our services include general office security, personal security, asset protection, protocol services, physical security, aviation security, loss prevention, escort protection, security patrols, and access control. We are available 24/7. KG5F Security Services also provide installation of security gadgets such as CCTV camera, alarms, special communication equipment, and so on. Gallant security personnel are needed nationwide with attractive working benefits. Contact KG5F Head Office at 45 Prince Adeyemi Street off Governors Road, Ikotun, Lagos, or our branch office 25 Yaya Baton Road, adjacent Nationwide Petrol Station, Ogba, Lagos. Call 09161514318 for inquiries. KG5F Security Services, to serve and protect.
Welcome back. You're watching Early Starters, and I said we will be, sincerely talking about the security architecture of our nation, Nigeria. And we mentioned the Benue killing as an insight, into the topic for today. We also talked about the Kunduga Borno almost suicide killing, and also some of the stories that we read to you this morning, like UNAN, which is the United Nations Association of Nigeria, asking the federal government to be responsible to all of this. But some people, according to the Afenifere yesterday, they said that instead of calling the government to do every of these things, or the federal policing, why not create the state policing, when some people also acknowledge the fact from Cross River State, saying that we need to do the state, or adopt the state policing system just to fix our security architecture. Now we have a public affairs analyst, that's the person of Comrade Rosak Olukoba, who will be doing justice to the topic for today, which is beyond condemnation. How can Nigeria fix its security architecture? Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. All right, sir. The topic today is how can Nigeria fix its security architecture. So to start with, I would want you to say your opinion, or your honest opinion, on what you feel is wrong with our current security system.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
The architect of the security of our country has a major deficiency, and I will proceed by first highlighting what is the current political and institutional structure in Nigeria, and then also define what kind of security system we have. In theory, it was said that we are practicing through genuine federalism, and that means that there must be numerous layers of government, federal, state, and the local. As long as this is the definition, every department of institutions layers in Nigeria. That means that there must be the federal, there must be the state, there must be the local. In all sectors, we have it. We have the Ministry of Works, Ministry of Education, all and all and all. We have a state and we have a local. It is only in the security sector, department, agency, that we limit it to only the federal institutions. So we are the architects of our problem in Nigeria. You can't be making up as a state and you expect the federal government to enforce your laws for you. It's not done anywhere in the world. So federal security agencies, they are overwhelmed.
Okay.
They are doing their best. And the best they can offer is what they are doing at the moment. We have to be fair with them. And that's why I like your input. When you say beyond contemplation, what should we do? What should we do in the
Yes, we shouldn't just condemn the government.
Yeah, we must summon the courage to admit that and I pointed it out. Smaller crime is what becomes bigger. They can spend big pockets. We have people who do one chance. These are criminals who have become bandits, who have become armed robbers. So if you don't stop crime as local government, the grow their roots have become state problem, and grow their roots have become federal problem. So I don't know why we choose to run away from it. I don't know why we choose to blame the driver when the vehicle is also very faulty. We blame Obasanjo, we blame Yar'Adua and Jonathan put together, and we blame Buhari that he is not addressing the security situation. Whereas we employ these gentlemen to work for us, for them to succeed. What's that? We handed over the wrong security architecture to them. There's nowhere the country is going with this model. Many people will continue to suffer this kind of crisis. All the flashpoints or not everywhere will continue to suffer. Until we recognize the need to involve the people of all the numerous states, the one that have crisis today, and the one that does not have crisis today, will also have crisis in the future if you don't do anything now.
Oh, we are so sorry for that abrupt break in that conversation. I think it's our network providers, issue. And oh my God. All right, sir. We are here, sir.
So this is the situation.
All right,
We don't
sir.
involve the people in the security architecture. They are wasting our time. There must be an enabling legislation. I am a co-founder of the political class in the southwest. They almost sabotage their perspective. Except what Lagos had on grant. And actually don't need to do it.
Yeah.
But even see they realize the consequence. And they have also based on that. That's your place. We put our step in place without proper legislation by the federal government. So we have to take a double step and rescue the people of Berlin, Borno, Niger, Kwara, everywhere that have this kind of crisis by putting in place state police, local police, even forest police, even cosmopolitan police, because you say forest police, there's no forest in Lagos.
Yes. Yes.
It should be police in Lagos. It should be the ranger somewhere. It should be the highway police somewhere else. So until we do and put in place all these peculiar security institutions, we may be in this situation for a long time.
All right, sir.
The federal government needs to address federal crimes, bigger crimes like banditry, like terrorism. Why do we see problems being addressed by federal police? We are exploiting our institutions. Husband and wife fight over court of suit. We have called federal police. That's it. These are federal police. Two people will fight in the area over where they should put their doing what you say. That's the business of local police. We don't call it federal police. You see, we are making a ridicule of ourselves in the face of the rest of the world. When they come here and they see what you have in place Nigeria is only as a million number. They are less than a million. We are saying that less than a million people should come and enjoy the life of an most.
Yes, they really do not have, operatives as such. And that's why NSDC is now calling, for people to, be recruited into that very security, sector. And I must say that the Lagos State government is doing well in the sense of, ensuring that we have a safe environment. I'm not sorry to say that, than every other places, and that's why we need to give kudos to Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. Sir, but the question now is, people are saying that is this not political to an extent, that why should it always, happen in a particular region?
See, when the problem persists for too long, you might say that it becomes it's not advantage too much. When the problem persists too long, you might say because the people of the state of the people in that area see all conjectures come up.
Mm.
So that's just the problem. The country is designed in such a way that we will be bumping into each other.
Mm.
Like, something is not about it. Of course, political. It might be ethnic. I mean, going between the Afghan people and others of the land. It might be internal crisis. So, it is a strong institution that we use to put our society in order. Our institution is very, very, very weak. That's why you see Hausa people, Fulani, Yoruba, Ijaw, people who hold each other responsible for the problem we have in the country. Unless we do something about it, have a clear demarcation on how to run our life.
Mm.
Problem of identity in Nigeria is a big problem. The moment you admit that we are not one part, that's when I will be able to understand my limit. This time I encounter an Hausa people or an Igbo person. As long as we continue to bury it, Nigeria will not be properly defined. So it may be political. It may be way to discredit the president. It may be anything, Nigeria political class, they play only with virtually everything. What they are not supposed to play for this country, they play. So it is possible to do that political, but it is possible because we didn't do the right thing. If we do the right thing, nobody will play for this with the lack of our people. That's why the rest of the world. There are things that are impossible for you to play for the street. We have a strong judiciary. Once we are caught, in this way, in the web of this kidnapping, banditry, cattle roasting, nothing is done. But in Nigeria, how many people have been brought to court? Why? Because
That's the question. How many people?
In our institutions are very big. So let's focus on the solution to our problem. Let's focus on the way out. The president is the driver to your vehicle. If your vehicle is not in shape, put it in shape. Our country has a major structural deficiency. Let's address it. Let's stop keeping the blame on Jonathan, Buhari, Tinubu.
Oh, we have a major structural deficiency.
Yeah, Tinubu will come and go. If you don't restructure, you ask yourself this question. Why is it that the country gets what when the president gets there? It will tell you that something is wrong with our people. There's going to be a time that things are that different. You always say that, Obasanjo time is worse than that of Abdulsalam. When Obasanjo was there.
That's true.
He left. The current president Obasanjo is just Special Adviser Jonathan. Jonathan left. He said Buhari is the worst when Buhari was there. Now today, some people are saying that Buhari time is a bit better than Tinubu time. It will tell you, when you don't repair, you don't put your institution in place, it will continue to get worse. And you look at it, the previous bad situation was better than the present bad situation. So, this is the direction of our problem. We need a new layer of security architecture. If you don't do it, if you're not expecting anything new, there's no magic the federal police can perform. There's no magic they can perform. We have only one ID, and the ID is to preside over the security of the states. The crime is not answer they should have been as if that another guy is coming to die or if the Muhammad that is coming to fight the jihad. It's only men that live like that. In Saudi Arabia, they don't live like this. They focus on their brother and they solve it. In Israel is fighting Iran and Israel is they ran it about 7 times in population, about 20 times in land mass, bigger than Israel. But they are not saying that a lot of Israel will fight for us. They are something that fights for them. They knew that the world practical them must be taken. So in our country too, it's not spirituality. It's a practical step. Make it a practical step. God has assigned our responsibility to us. When we should be doing taking practical step, we can't be sitting down in church about stuff. We should do something.
We cannot just put it all to God to handle.
So for us in Nigeria, Americans will not come out of our problem. Call it an international community. We live like community. International community will come and solve. So international that is fighting battles here and there. It's come and solve your problem. It's for you. As if they don't have their own country of their own. Your problem is not by you, Nigerians, and the way out of our problem is what they have said. There must be a state police. There's no way out of it. People are afraid of the state police too bad. Too bad. They are afraid of the solution. It's too bad. That is the way out. The new leader of
All right, sir. Now you are stating now that state policing or local policing is just more like the singular way out of this security, problems that we are being faced with in the country. So, aside the state policing, what other things can we do, and how can we the citizens, how can we support in this situation of security, architectural reform?
Let's keep doing what we are doing. A lot of people are not clear about the way out of it. It's not because there's something that Tinubu is not doing. The only thing Tinubu is not doing is that he needs to carry out the proper legislation. He needs to talk to his colleague in the parliament to put up an enabling law that will allow states to be able to put in place a proper state police institution. A proper, that's all. But with the current situation, he's doing what he's supposed to do, what is available to him. He's deploying police, he's deploying army, he's deploying Navy, he's deploying the DSS, he's deploying the Air Force. He can't do more than what he do. If you're expecting anything more than what he do, we are saying ourselves. We are this ourselves. And we like to deceive in Nigeria. We like the political class to come and tell us that he's not doing the right thing. What right did he want to do with this structure? That is exactly, this was exactly what about just Jonathan Buhari. This was exactly what he did. It means that after what they are doing, nobody can do it. Service the service chiefs. What's the basis of the service chiefs? The structural problem that we have. It's not the army head, it's not the navy head, it's not the airport head. It's the institutions that is vacant, that is in a bad shape, that is inappropriately put in place. And that institution is not designed to take care of the citizens. In a way, I suspect that it is designed to keep whoever has the power in power. It's designed that if you look at the tenure of office.
Thank God it's coming from an analyst.
From the tenure of office, and not from it. So from the day Abdulsalam and his cohort designed this structure, it was not designed for Nigeria to prosper. I have, as a police scientist, I have looked at the structure and I wonder what is the wisdom behind, what's the wisdom behind kind of the structure. That appears like the federal federal unit in content, and in practice it's unitary. It's unitary. So in conclusion, we need to make more and more to your question. In conclusion to your question that you have asked.
Thank you, sir. Okay.
This political education, we need more and more education. I need to ask more and more questions from the leadership. The leadership might be under the impression that they are doing the right thing, they are in the right direction. But we have to be assertive that there's nothing you have done or you want to do that the people in the past have not done with this structure. Which then means that you have done your own best with this structure. But this structure
Thank you very much, sir. We really appreciate your contribution to this very topic, and it's not just an ordinary contribution, but an insightful one. Thank you very much, sir. I hope that when we call again, you will answer. Thank you very much, sir. Do have a beautiful day ahead. Thank you, sir. Amen, sir. And you too,
Amen.
sir. Thank you very much, sir. All right. So Comrade Rozaka Lukoba has been talking about the weak institutions that we have in Nigeria. That if we do not have a kind of review of some policies in place, if we do not have a restructuring of let's not just put it on the federal policing, let's have the state policing. And in fact, he said we need the local policing
Policing,
system.
yes.
He said it makes mention of the cosmopolitan policing and also the forest policing. And that brings me to the story of Osun State when they nabbed some people who went to mine gold,
Gold.
illegally, and if the Amotekun actually they did was stood in as the forest police, and if they had not done those things appropriately, these people would have carted away with our
The
gold.
gold.
And this is the mineral resources, one of the mineral resources rather that brings a whole lot to our country. It's not really easy for us to do something of such in their country, but as white people, they feel they can
They
just
can't
do
do
anything
anything.
in our country. Now, let's not say white. Let's not be a racist on the program. Let's now look within that. If we ensure that the security is rightly put in place, some things that happened will not. Like you said, from pickpocketing, to stabbing people to get their
Purses,
properties or their
yes.
phones, their purses, and all, and to people entering this tricycle and stealing
Stealing
from them.
phones.
I would say for pickpockets, I will commend some Nigerians. Though they can look at you pressing your phone if you are beside probably the edge of a car, and they will just tell you, please keep your phone down. While some can tell you, zip your bag. Those little things. I think some Nigerians.
And do you know that they will lay people that inform other people that they are about to be
Yes,
robbed.
yes.
They will lay them that why did you say it? Why did you say? And they
So who
beat them up.
sent you?
Wow.
Yeah, that is what they do to people. And that's why we need the local policing, like you rightly said. That like all these our own Lagos States, police, with their bicycles and all, and they stand beside it. But
Yes.
unfortunately, I've not really been seeing them.
Them.
I don't know if it's just me. I've not
Not
really
just
been
you.
seeing them outside. When they first inaugurated the old, you'll see them at every junction.
Every junction. So that's
And
right.
I know they carry out their duty. If you stand too long, they come, they approach you. I hope you're safe, But now I'm not really seeing them. So this is a call to wake up call to the Lagos State government that yes, you're really doing well, but we need you to improve and do better. Ensure that these things that we are rejoicing over do not go into extinction,
Amen.
and we do not have recurrence of the old Lagos.
Amen,
Please
no.
help us. She
Very
said
important.
amen.
Very important prayer.
Most important prayer. We don't want to experience the old Lagos. I don't know, from 20 years ago, if people really 20, 15 years ago, the whole Lagos, 10 years ago, the whole Lagos, it was really, really, bad. I got saved some years back. I think maybe 11 years now that somebody wanted to rob me of my phone. Then all these our small phones that was still very, very, very weighty, and people would say, this one is rich. You're using this
You're
phone.
using this kind of
And they
phone.
will use razor to open
Your
your
bag.
bag, they cut it open,
Yes.
and they
take it
put
out.
their hand inside, they pick it up. Well, fortunately for me that day, those guys, I don't know, maybe they just like me naturally, we have been doing the adult thing, and but they saved me. They didn't look at the fact that they called and I did not respond.
I
You
wonder
get
how
it?
they do it.
And they cut my bag open, wanted to dip their hand. Those guys just,
Wow.
eh, Kiniko, I said, don't beat them, oh, don't beat them, because me, I've always been against jungle
Jungle
justice.
justice. Yes,
Do
I'm
not
also
beat
against
people.
it.
Why not hand them
Over to
over
the
to the
police.
right authority?
Yes.
Let the authority take charge of the situation instead of you beating or burning people. They are like you. Ask, see, I say when you have situations like this, have you asked the person? Is it that he is hungry or she is hungry? What
Nice.
is happening? Let's ask. Then let the authorities do, justice to the situation instead of having ourselves, execute the angry kind of, justice that we think is proper, to solve the problem. You're still watching Early Starters. We'll go on a short break. When we return, the NTians should be ready for their NT baby. Stay tuned.
Blue Lagoon Hotels, a home away from home with world-class hospitality, comfortable and affordable rooms, conference and meeting rooms for all occasions, open space and co-working area, 24-hour restaurant and bar, providing both local, international and continental cuisines, live music and entertainment on regular basis, constant power supply and watertight security in and around our premises. Blue Lagoon Hotels, situated at number 16 Tunji Adewoye Street off Afurubin Road, Ijegun, Lagos State. And for the inquiries, call 080-5668-7855 or 080-6527-3657. You can also visit us at www.bluelagoonhotels.ng. Blue Lagoon Hotels. Hospitality is our business.
Welcome back. You're still watching Early Starters on a darling station, Opportune TV. We are situated at number 36 Oloyede Oroja Street, Aino Ajayi Estate, Abule Ekoro Road, Lagos. And I'm giving you this update because you need to do business with us. Come partner with us. Let us do life beautifully, together. Yoruba people will say, you cannot do it alone, and you cannot fix it all by yourself. Let's help you fix that beautiful brand of yours. Let's create an amazing awareness for it. Let's make it a household name. We are in the red ocean in this, space in Nigeria. That's uh, you know, the business space. It's a red ocean. So why not come on board with us? Let's take you to your favorable and profitable destination. My name is Miriam. Okay, you are watching Early Starters. So we missed some calls when we you know, actually, went for that short break. I hope the callers actually will call back so that we can have a kind of, should we say heart to heart, because this is about Nigeria, a kind of
Open,
insightful,
insightful and
yes, insightful and
open
open.
converse,
And
not heart
open,
to heart.
yes. Let's, if it will involve us to have heart to heart with the president, please let's have it too.
That's with the
Thank you.
president.
Let's have it as well. If it will, require that we have it. All right. Okay. The topic for the day, basically for the people that have been calling, is that how can Nigeria fix the problem of of our security
Security.
architecture? That's the problem of insecurity that we are being faced with. And I said the number to call is 0905 661 3935. I take it again, 0905 661 3935. And Comrade Razak Olukoba rightly did justice to that. And basically, I want to introduce something which is maybe me doing the, what is it called? the taking of the part of money that has to do with business stories. That the all billions that I'm hearing will be passed down to my own account because
Okay.
somebody cannot be mentioning
Don't worry,
billions,
send the
Billions and
account, send the
trillions of
account
naira.
details to me.
billions on air and not send me some.
Send the account
You
details to
get it?
me.
Because
Send
I know you have the floor now.
Send the account
Empty
details
baby,
to
I know
me,
you have the
please.
floor now, but see anything
Send
that has
it.
to do with money in that entertainment story of yours, you can also
I
pass
said
it
you
to
should
me.
send the
And pass
account.
it to me too.
Me telling you to send your account details to me. You should know that we know. For this baby to be telling me,
Okay, let's have the stories. Okay, we have a caller. Okay. Hello, good morning. Oh, we missed that call. Please, please do well to turn down the volume of your
TV
TV
sets.
set when calling, and please move away from your TV set. And I just hope that this our network provider will not really fail us this morning because we have been missing some calls, and I know it's an insightful conversation that we should be having because you people will be telling us your candid opinion of the situation. So again, I take it 0905 661 3935 0905 661 3935. How can Nigeria fix the security architecture? Is the topic. Lydia,
Yes, my
over
love.
to you.
Over to me. So I have the floor. I
Yeah,
have the
you do have the
ground.
floor.
Yes, thank you, thank
You're
you, thank you, thank you. So welcome to today's episode of gossips and shenanigans. Is it shenanigans or she call it? Moving on. So my first story, Toyin Abraham. You see, she has been creating this content online for the past few months now. Now, anytime I see the content, I'm always happy that kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀, calm down. Toyin Abraham and her cats. I don't know if you've been seeing those
Yeah, I've
kind
been
of.
Yes,
seeing it.
yes.
I've been seeing it
Yeah.
too.
So Toyin Abraham's latest masterpiece, Iyalode, has taken the Nigerian box office by storm, earning a remarkable 231 million naira in just 21 days.
Okay, the
Now it's-
highest grossing film for
Yes.
three consecutive
Now I
weekends.
see why she was
Weekends.
saying she wanted to start talking because there was millions mentioned in the story.
So the Nollywood actress, clearly overjoyed by the film's massive success, took to her Instagram page to appreciate her fans for their steadfast support. She wrote, and I quote, "Make way for the highest grossing film for 3 consecutive weekends." You know, even before the film came out, she has been doing this PR stunt
Yeah,
and
a lot of
everything.
I
ads
just
and
don't want
all.
to see. We celebrate every little win, though. But I just don't want to see for 3 consecutive weekends. I want to see who is going to meet up. You know, not just about the competition now, but because I've noticed something now that this their highest grossing, highest this, highest. It's more like they always want to beat just one person, which is Funke
Funke
Akindele.
Akindele.
They want to beat our record at all costs, and some people even come up with 8 speed. You know, some of them.
Yes,
and
yes, yes, yes.
if you will recall what Jai Kuti said, and after the video, she said she was not insulting Funke, but if you watch closely that video. That's why I say when people do some things, they do it intentionally.
Yes.
And
That's
when
true.
they feel that this thing I am doing, okay, let me just hide under the guise of not intentional. That was what happened between Jai Kuti in that video, and Funke Akindele in that video. And she also came, you know, I think I like to give her the queen of controversy also. Anytime she has a video, cinema movie out, she wants to create something that will beat down other people.
Yes.
You get it. And she will something like, okay, they want to steal my movie, or you know, and people will start saying which movie?
Which movie?
You know, see, if you are a constructive person, you know that you don't need this to sell your market.
Yes.
That's it. You don't really need it because you know she always comes up with controversy, and some people are now saying, okay, why the use of cards? When you know, I'm not saying I'm not you know in support of that. That's her own way, but she shouldn't. And okay, let me come down to being nice to everybody now. Let
Please be
them all
nice.
create a kind of timing or scheduling let everybody not come out during the Easter period and say they want to bring out their
Yes,
movie.
or during
Let everybody not say.
Christmas.
See, there's one thing about Funke I stand every time. Madam, I'm not a fan of Funke Akindele. No, I'm not. But you see, when it comes to business,
Business,
and
yes.
the pathway that you are working in your profession,
Her mind
she's
is
there.
So that was what
Mind is
Her
happened.
there.
mind is so clear.
That was
See
what
what she
happened
just
last
did on
year
YouTube.
also.
See what she just did on. She has now set
Yes.
the pace for young and
Younger
upcoming
actors.
artists.
Yes, she does
Yes.
that a lot.
You know, let them even thrive. Let them see how they can sell their business,
Business.
you know, to the public. See what she's doing with that YouTube, you know, video. And I'm like, oh, beautiful. This is so. If you're a constructive person, you will see beyond what every other
And
person is
speaking
doing.
about releasing cinema movies, and if you could remember what happened last year, December too,
The clash
that
between
yeah,
Toyin and
the
Maku
clash,
and
Messi
Adas,
Aigbe
yes,
and
like,
Funke
I can't even
Akindele.
remember
Now
her
some
name,
people are now
Messi Aigbe.
saying, okay, people prefer
But
watching
still- but
one
still-
movie to
and
theirs.
you know what, they always want to bring it to, you know, or bring it to that period where Funke, you know, is trying to sell her tickets.
Sell our tickets.
Now, people will now come out and say again that, oh, they shut down every other place.
yes,
they don't want us to
that
buy
they are
other
not
movies.
selling
That's
other
not
movies
true.
It's coming
tickets
from
and
a
everything.
Movies done by Funke has been pre-ordered.
Exactly.
Even before the arrival or
Of
the
the
launch
movie
of the
and
movie,
everything.
it has been pre-ordered. People, you see what people are doing too. They are putting the YouTube stuff to they wanted to kill them when, you know, the movie is out. So
Out.
you see, it's about public relations. If you know it, you know it.
You
don't
know
know
it
it,
exactly.
That's
And,
it.
for me, I think the only person that
Funke
can
and-
beat someone's record is that person as him or herself.
Okay, see
Yes,
what
you need to be
see
the-
what Simini Iguson did with Real Love. Did you see what he did? No, you no fighting. See, if you are working with a professional, you act like a professional.
Exactly.
Timini did or walked or told the line of Funke Akindele during the release of that movie.
Love, yes.
See what he did. No stress, nothing, and he made his millions. But then, congratulations to Toyin and Maku. But you people need
Congrats. We are
to do
still
well.
going- exactly.
You need to, you know, work. Let's there be love
Let
in
there
that
be love.
industry.
Yes, yes. let
Yes,
there be
they are
love.
always about the competition.
It's not. Just
competition.
focus on your own story.
And
let
if
there be
there's love, the progress. it
Kemi
will-
said something. Kemi Omoshebi, she said something, and I told her I love that video. She sent it to me. She said, do you know that instead of competing, why not work
Why
together?
not work
Together,
together? That's
collaborate.
it.
That's the word she used. She said collaboration
collaborate.
goes
Yes.
beyond competition. And when I watched the video, I watched and watched, I shared, and I found out that, well, this is really, really right and correct. You know, for you to improve, for you to grow. The
have
likes
to.
of Deyemi Okunlawo,
Deyemi.
the likes of Femi Adebayo will always work with Funke Akindele, not because she's out, you know, shining every other
She's
person
not.
in the industry, but because she's giving them the
The
right
pathway,
path
yes.
to follow when it comes to advert placements. Because, you know, that movie now is more like a pure advert, a strict one.
Yes.
They are following the pace of Funke Akindele. See what will come from
this.
Odunlade Adekola very soon. You will see. Then you will be able to ascertain that is there a caucus actually, or are these ones working?
Okay.
With their movie release dates, you will know there is a caucus.
That's true.
All right,
That's
moving
true.
forward.
Moving forward, yam pepper scatter scatter. Iṣu ata yanrin yanrin.
Controversy.
Easy T and his company, Easy Global Concept Limited, are facing a 7-count amended charge brought by the Lagos Zonal Command 2 of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. So the charges relate to alleged money laundering and foreign exchange violations amounting to several $100,000. The case, which was originally assigned to Justice Oweye, was later transferred to Justice Aneke for continued hearing. If you could remember that this case, this ECT started with Chioma. So this is more like an update
On
on the story. You know, I've been bringing you that story for months now.
Yes.
When they started their
So they have not yet
So they have
finalized
not
it.
yet finalized. So according to
But
EFCC.
what do you foresee from the story? do you think EZT is gonna win this case?
I think this story, this
Or
it will
it
just
looks like
keep.
a plan?
It will keep
They will just keep adjourning the case, adjourning. Court cases, just
Always
adjournment
prolonged,
upon adjournment
exactly.
upon. It's when
But
they
do
are
you feel
tired,
that
they'll.
it was just phrased, or somebody is working against EZT, or EZT is the actual culprit?
I think there's a Yoruba saying that says, "Si kini kan o ba rin ni bebe kini kan." They will not say you are the one that.
Yes,
If he
that's
did
true.
not work around what they are accusing him of, I don't think someone might just wake up and say, okay, he did this.
just did
Even if he
something,
did
yes.
not do it exactly, at least maybe he
must
tried
have
to.
done
He must have done something
related to it.
to make people say, oh, he did this. So if you are guilty, you are guilty.
If you're guilty,
Yes,
and that's why
exactly.
you need to take responsibility in every situation.
In
Please,
every
over to the
situation.
next story.
So over to the next story. So this is just like an update of yesterday's story that I brought to you about our minister, prophet, and traditionalist. So he has been blocking people online now for their critics. So anyone that says something bad about his ministry, he blocks them. Shawani blocking. You get. So Nigerian media personality Destiny Ezim, popularly known as Radio Guard, has joined the growing number of critics reacting to actor Yul Edochie's latest announcement, the relaunch of his traditional Christian church. So Yul recently, started the controversy about his ministry and everything. So shortly after the announcement, Radio Guard took to his Instagram page to share his reaction. In a video posted online, he severely criticized the actor and labeled him as confused.
Oh.
So as soon as Prophet Yul Edochie saw this, he blocked him straight away.
Wow.
You see, this reaction, I'm not saying, the criticism and everything. You see, this reaction is something I do most times. When you see that way, you want to tie with my clinic, I just block you straight. Instead of exchanging words and everything, blocking is straight. So
Okay, that's what you resolved to.
no, to me, instead of me exchanging words and banter and everything with people,
Well, I think when you come up with something like this, you should be ready for people.
For people
are
to
definitely
criticize
going
you,
to talk
exactly.
because you are already people know you. So
public
when you come
figure.
up with things like this, people will definitely talk. So you should have been expecting comments and criticism and everything.
and
But
labeling him as
seemingly,
confused.
Lydia Ajayi, seemingly is confused, because if you are not, you should be able to give valid points.
Yes.
For having something of this nature, not just coming up with "God said to me." Lead.
It's true. And when people criticize
What
you
have
should
you
be able
done?
to defend the criticism
What have you
instead
done?
of blocking
Okay,
them.
if you have not really, started it for a long time, what have
time.
you done in recent times? To give us that thoughts that yes,
this is
your
what you have
calling.
in mind. Exactly.
What about the cases or records of controversies? And all of these controversies boils down to the fact that you did not really you did not really make your point.
Yes.
And number two, you're having image issues with people. With people. And outside the old people thing, when it comes to family, you are having a personal issue, and in fact,
exactly.
image issue, bringing it to the public.
And if he knows
So anybody could easily tag him as being confused. That he didn't handle the case of May Edochie well. He didn't handle the case of Judy Edochie well. He didn't even come out to, really, if you're not really apologizing, you get it. When the case of himself and his ex-wife, happened. But there is a way you are going to say something that the person will feel that, okay, this is originally
remorseful.
coming out from, deep down your heart. And it was not. So he has cases of controversy. He has line up stories that has to do with him being confused.
And I feel like him blocking
confused
someone.
and fighting people unnecessarily.
Because
online.
if you are sure of what you are doing, why will you block someone that is criticizing you? You should have a point to make the person know that this is what I have in mind, instead of blocking the person. So I think you're actually right.
I think most of the fight and everything is creating online. It's more like creating note. Should I call it notice me
Like
or let
for
people know
attention, or
it's
people
still
see
relevant?
that,
Yes,
follow
that's
him.
it. See,
bringing
our
attention
people
to
are about
himself.
chase clouds.
Exactly.
All the celebrities that you see, they just want to chase clouds.
When they
Because
are
when they-
bored, when they are bored,
When
they
they
When
are
they
bored.
notice
See
that
what
people
is
are
happening
not
with
talking
Laide
about
Bakari.
them again.
Exactly, yes,
And
something
the
like that.
Shagalas.
And yeah.
Laide Bakari and Portable.
And Portable.
And you don't know that Portable will always jump on trending stories.
That's
And
it.
that way it will trend again.
Trend again
now,
and compose
Laide Bakari
song.
wants to trend with that Shagala thing.
Exactly.
She did not just
Trend.
she has put herself in a deep mess. Almost now soiling her own reputation. No, see, I tell people, when you are doing something, are you ready to bear
For the
the
repercussion or
future,
whatever
yes.
comes
yes, the
after
future
you've done what you
bronze
did.
of this thing? Or can you defend yourself? And while defending yourself, are you ready to give facts and figures?
Wisdom.
Can you have
wisdom.
testaments to that?
What you are trying
of
to
what
do.
yes, that which you have done. That's one thing. I would say I don't want to. My parents would say, please don't fall into any mess, because I don't want you to hold me. And I feel that if I feel that this thing is not really right, I just want to pull out. Because if I were in the shoes of Laide Bakari when that Shagala story
yes,
came up, I would have pulled out of the situation.
Immediately.
Oh, okay. Immediately open my live Instagram session.
Session.
I am sorry, this is not what I mean. Now see what Portable is doing to Laide Bakari. Dragging. And now we have some app that we even create for you. Fake WhatsApp conversation.
Yeah.
Fake Instagram
Putting
conversation.
yourself in
People are not
things
even
that are not
considering that
even-
AI can create anything. So now, Portable is saying that he's ready to tender some messages, of Laide Bakari,
Laide Bakari.
pleading to be his girlfriend.
Ooh.
Yes,
Oh wow. Oh wow.
pleading to be his girlfriend.
Wow.
And a lot of bloggers, they are doing so many things to, soil Laide Bakari.
Trust bloggers.
See, first thing first, be you. Be ready to
Exactly.
Be ready.
be ready
for
to
what
do
is
not say
coming.
something that will
Bring
beat
you
people
down.
down, on trample on people's emotions, because if not today, tomorrow it will be there
come back to you.
come back to
To
you.
you.
In fact, it will be there to come back. You cannot but have it. Nemesis will catch up with you.
Then
Karma is not anywhere, it's here on this
here on
earth.
earth.
So whatever you do, you shall reap, whether good, whether
or
bad,
bad.
whether you are standing in between good and bad. People that live with so much pretense, you will reap
You
it.
will reap what
My
you
name is
sow.
Miriam, okay? It's been a wonderful time discussing how we can fix the security architecture of our country, Nigeria. And you know that this is our home country. We cannot but pray that God will restore our land, redeem us all as his people that we are, because a particular song says we are the generation of Israel in Africa that continues to glorify God. But then are we living the life of God, God's people, God's chosen? Let's us also do well to ensure that government will not be facing situations alone for us. Let's wrap our hands around some of the situations, find solution to it. How can we fix it? How can we make it work? And trust me, it will be fine in the later on. I pray that everyone who are grieving will receive the strength they need at this point. The Benue killing, the one that happened in Plateau State, I pray that God will give you all the fortitude to bear the loss. Today is the 24th day, and it's not really a time that we should be talking about killings, massacre, gruesome this, gruesome that. But what can we do as a nation if this thing persists? People are working, operatives have swung into action ever since the president has given his directive. As people, let's do something differently, something good, something that will help us all as a nation. Bye bye from me. Mary, Lydia, how do you close?
Be you. No matter what, you don't have to bow to pressure
Yes.
before you can show people that okay, this is who I am, this is what I can
Yes, you
do.
don't need to.
You don't have to do
need to.
things under pressure. Just be you, and trust me, you'll see the results.
Yeah.
That's it.
And you, Mary?
Actually, exactly as if we're inside each other's head.
Ah,
That was
say your
exactly
own,
what-
don't
Say your own. I'm not
your
inside your head.
Okay,
I'm not in your head.
Lydia just said be you
Be
now.
you. Exactly.
Okay,
I
Not
am
bow
me.
to pressure.
Yes.
Be you.
I'm not in your head.
Okay, you're not in my head. Okay, stay true to yourself and focus on your own journey because it is about you and no other person.
It's about you and no other
Yes.
person.
Yeah,
Do
just-
not live in competition. Live in love, live in happiness, and continue to flourish. Have a very good morning.
Bye.